Alright, my interpretive speech is about changing oil. When you're going to the parts house to select the right kind of oil, you need to decide what kind of engine you have in your car. And you get jugs of oil, probably comes in something like this, or something smaller, something similar. You need to get the right kind of oil filter for your car. You need to get some oil filter pliers to take the filter off your car, which the filter, it filters the oil and it pulls out all the metal and contaminants and debris and all sorts of stuff that may get in your motor from abuse and over time. It depends on where you go and where you take the vehicle. When doing this, you need to have a drain pan underneath the car when you change your oil. I don't have a drain pan, but any kind of pan that you don't use for like eating or using around the house or feeding your dogs or something, that wouldn't work. But you go underneath your car, you got the oil pan, you got a drain plug, which looks like this, real small. And you need to get a wrench or a socket set or a ratchet that fits in there, and you take it out. Be careful when taking this out, oil's probably going to go everywhere. You need to kind of do it when it's not too cold, not too hot, so it won't burn you, and you need to kind of have it a little warm so you can have it going. And you need to have a pan under this whenever you take this off, because oil's going to go everywhere. You can't get it on the ground because the environment and EPA and all them will eat you alive with fines and stuff, and how many feet of dirt you contaminate with the oil. And then when you get through taking off the drain plug and the filter, you put a little bit of oil, fresh oil right here on the O-ring of the filter. You reinstall this, and you take your rag. This is a rag you can use, just a rag you use for different kind of stuff. You take it and wipe off all the oil that's dripping, or you may see somewhere underneath on the car, or you see it on the ground. You try to clean that up, and then pull a pan of oil out that you drained, and dispose of it properly, whether it's taking it to an auto parts store, or just burning it in your oil heater, or however you burn it or get rid of it, wherever you want to dispose of it. And then when you go select the oil, you need to determine on what kind of weight you need. If it's kind of colder, or if you live in a colder climate, you need a heavier weight oil. Or if you live in toward the equator, you need to get a lighter weight oil, because all the heat and everything, the oil will be a little bit thinner. It needs to be. When selecting the oil, when you go to a parts house or something and buy the oil, they will recommend a weight, or they will tell you the quantity that you need of oil. And after you do all that, you raise the hood of your car, you support it, and you prop it up, and you find the oil fill cap. It should be marked oil cap. It should tell you the weight you should use. That's another thing you can go off of, what to use. Sometimes people will use a thicker oil or a lighter weight oil than what it recommends. Then once you take that off, you get a funnel. You're going to have a funnel, or something you can use to where you won't spill your oil as much when you pour it back in the motor. You need to use the right amount. They should be able to help you find the right amount on a auto parts store. They should be able to tell you the right amount. And after you do that, you fill it up with about, I say about 4 quarts if you have a 4-cylinder, about 5 quarts if you have a V6. You make sure you put the oil fill cap on. You make sure everything's out of the way of the belt or the motor, or something that's going to be spinning or rotating when the motor is running. You start the car, and as it's starting it, you can fill out a oil change reminder sticker. You can get these at your parts house or something, or you can make one. They'll tell you 3 months, and 3,000 miles or 5,000 miles. Depends on if you use synthetic oil or if you use regular oil. After you do that, you turn the car off. You let it get, you all find your oil dipstick You pull it out, you take your rag, wipe it off, and then, no, don't turn it off when it gets to 5, let it go. And then you pull your dipstick out, wipe it off, you stick it back in there, and you see if you're in the safe zone or if you are in the right amount. If you're in the, you'll see a spot on your dipstick where it's got X's in it, that's the safe zone. If you're in that, that's okay. You want to be toward the top of it more than anything, because some cars may eat more oil than others during oil changes. And if you're to the right amount, then you just stick your dipstick back in, you close the hood, and clean up and dispose of your oil, and pick up all your tools and put them back where they go. And that's it.